Happy Friday! Welcome to another edition of Friday's Fun Horror Movie Facts, starring me. And this week's movie is one of my favorite series of all time, and I'm even dressed for the occasion. This is one of my favorite shirts ever. You like it? You like it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, this week's movie, the original Alien from 1979. Fun fact number one. Let's just address the biggest elephant in the room. One of the biggest urban legends is that this scene, the chestburster scene, was shot in one take and entirely without any of the actors. Now, that's not entirely true. The actors didn't know a whole lot about what was going to happen prior to this scene, which led to the one part where Lambert gets splashed in the face with that's a real reaction. She had no idea that was going to happen. They didn't know which way that the fake blood was going to go. So, but yeah, this scene actually took two takes. The first time they did it, the chest burster wouldn't go through the shirt. The failed attempt is actually the first. You see it on film. Fun fact number two. So the initial inspiration for this movie actually came from it came from a kind of racist urban legend about World War II fighters that would be used again 5 years later in another movie. This one. Can you guess what the urban legend was? So, for those of you who are not aware, in World War II, there was this urban legend that the enemy would put gremlins in World War II fighters to get them to stop working. Writer Dan O'Bannon and Ronald Shusett started with that idea. Then they realized it didn't really work. That concept really wasn't gonna. Which leads me to fun fact number three. Because the gremlins concept didn't fly, they decided, hey, what if one of the aliens has forcible relations with the character? Which led them to the development of the face hugger concept, but also it opened up this idea of, well, an allegory for grape. That's right. Aliens, the Alien franchise, is an allegory for grape. According to the two male writers, they saw the alien and how it reproduced as a form of grape, to the point to where they insisted that the first victim had to be a man because they liked the idea of men having the same kind of fear that women have. I would say that worked considerably. Fun fact number four. Nobody wanted to make this movie. No producer wanted to touch this movie because they felt it was too gory. They felt it was entirely too gory. They did not want to touch this movie. No producer, that is, except for Roger Corman. Roger Corman was responsible for so many movies since like the 50s, and they ran the gamut. He was executive producer on Caged Heat, the Death Race movie. He was a writer for the 1980s version of Little Shop of Horrors. He was an actor in Apollo 13 and Silence of the Lambs. He played the FBI detector in Silence of the Lambs, by the way. Go to IMDb and look at this man's credits. I mean, I feel like every crazy movie that came out in the last 50 years, he had something to do with. So, of course, he agreed to produce Alien, the first. And finally, fun fact number five. Okay, so a lot of people had a problem with Sigourney Weaver in this scene, mainly because most critics said mainly because there's no reason for her to be just in her underwear other than to titillate the audience. But actually, in the original script, the alien was supposed to see her like this and get excited. But the funniest thing about this is that James Cameron saw this scene originally and said that he wanted to become a director just so that he could never, ever do anything like this in any of his movies. This is Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. I'll let you Google who directed it. And I've got a really funny bonus one. I can't end this without mentioning this one. So Yaphet Kotto apparently did not like the way his character bought it in the movie. Based on the fact that the guy who was in the alien suit, he was about 7 feet tall and very thin. And according to Yaphet, he could take him easy. He could knock him out in one punch. He bugged the crap out of Ridley Scott about it because he wanted to change because he didn't feel like it was realistic. And then one day he's talking to the guy who was playing the alien about it. And the guy that was playing the alien was like, yeah, hold on a second. And just picked him up. Just picked him up off the ground. That ended the discussion about it. And that's it. That's today's 5 fun horror movie facts. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back next week with another one. Have a good weekend. Bye.